Look at this wave of data flooding the traditional classroom. Banning artificial intelligence or running student essays through faulty detection software is a losing battle. We have to move away from trying to police these tools. Instead, we need to manage them ethically, treating AI as an active mechanism for learning rather than a shortcut for assignments. To do that, we are going to build a concrete 4-part Classroom AI Integration Toolkit. Step by step, we will assemble a policy framework, a citation checklist, a 13-scenario cheat sheet, and a verification protocol. With these 4 components in hand, you can stop playing catch-up and establish clear, enforceable boundaries for the inevitable use of AI in your school. Step 1 is creating a standalone AI policy. By separating it from the standard academic integrity document, which focuses on disciplinary rules, you create a dedicated space to explicitly define and model positive, acceptable practices. This split-screen diagram lays out the foundation of our new policy, relying on 2 golden rules categorized by the student's intent. Rule 1. Did the student use AI to help them genuinely learn a concept? If so, that is acceptable use. Rule 2. Did the student use AI to pretend they completed work they actually skipped? That is unacceptable. Technology will evolve rapidly, but human intent remains constant. Framing your policy around the user's intent rather than specific software versions future-proofs your classroom guidelines. Step 2 addresses the student's responsibility. They need a strict, transparent workflow for documenting their AI usage before they hit submit. This is a student AI checklist. Standard plagiarism rules break down when dealing with generated text, so students must follow these 5 specific steps. First, the student must retain and be ready to show all developmental work. This includes rough drafts and document version histories. Second, any text directly generated by an AI must be placed explicitly within quotation marks. Third, the in-text citation must include the tool's name, the exact prompt the student used, and the date the text was generated. Fourth, a full transcript of the interaction must be exported and delivered to the teacher. Finally, even if no direct text was copied, the student must add a short statement detailing exactly how AI was used. Requiring students to provide prompts and transcripts makes their interaction with the software visible and auditable. You can now evaluate the research process itself rather than just the final output. Even with a strict checklist, gray areas will surface. To handle those, Step 3 uses the 13 AI scenarios defined by the International Baccalaureate as a definitive grading cheat sheet. This table maps those 13 scenarios into a simple 3-tier traffic light system. In the green tier, we place acceptable actions. This includes using AI to summarize key points, explore counterpositions, check grammar, or generate structural templates. The red tier covers unacceptable actions, instructing AI to develop a research question without teacher input, translating an essay into another language for submission, or attempting to hide AI use entirely land here. Notice this specific red tier trap, asking AI to write a personal reflection. Authentic reflection requires an individual evaluation of one's own progress, a task that automated text cannot perform. Finally, the yellow tier relies on teacher discretion. If a student uses AI to rewrite an essay or generate model paragraphs, you must review the work to judge if the AI replaced their own critical thinking. Pre-categorizing these scenarios eliminates grading paralysis. You now have a defensible, standardized rubric for penalizing misuse. Step 4 addresses the final failure point. What do you do when a student checks all the boxes, but you still suspect the work isn't authentically their own? You do not need to prove an AI wrote the essay, and you should not rely on faulty online detection software to do it for you. Instead, you should use the ultimate verification tool recommended by the International Baccalaureate Organization, the Viva, or oral quiz. Ask the student to sit down and verbally explain the counterarguments they summarized. Have them discuss the specific sources the AI suggested to assess their actual internalized knowledge. The protocol is simple. If they demonstrate clear understanding of the text, allow submission without penalty. If they cannot explain their own essay, treat it as plagiarism or require a complete redo. The Viva shifts the burden of proof away from unreliable software and directly onto the student's actual comprehension. We have now built a complete system, a policy framework focused on intent, a strict citation checklist, a 13-scenario cheat sheet for grading, and a Viva protocol for verification. This process moves you out of the exhausting cycle of digital policing. You are now equipped for confident, ethical classroom management. To put this into practice immediately, click the link to download this blank toolkit template. Finalize your policy today and distribute the checklist to your students on day 1. AI is a standard part of student work. Following these transparent protocols prepares students for university and professional environments where these skills are expected.